maybe I did put a couple of things in the bag that I wasn't going to pay for, but because I know. Hey, give me the car!
Hey,
give me the car!
Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
What are you
Stay right there.
I know that I shouldn't walk out the doors with nothing. You know what I mean? So I knew that wasn't right.
So fortunately tonight you will be going to Nisqually jail. Okay.
On July 14th, 2023, officers in Missoula, Montana responded to Burlington Coat Factory after store employees reported 2 women actively concealing merchandise inside a shopping bag while still on the premises. Officer Lay arrived and spotted the subjects near a vehicle outside the store. Under Terry v. Ohio, 1968, a dispatch report from an eyewitness employee provided sufficient reasonable suspicion for investigative detention. Under Montana Code Section 46-6-311, officers may arrest without a warrant when probable cause exists. The store manager's first-hand account of watching the subject stuff merchandise into a bag satisfied that standard.
Hey, it's Officer Gangley, Speedy again. Hey, are those, yep. They're still there. Okay. Does it look like they're getting ready to leave, or what's... Yeah, what do you want, I guess? Yeah. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to interject, or do you want us to wait to see if they shoplift and book them for it? They didn't pay for it? Okay.
Give me the car! Hey, give me the car!
Hey,
give me the car!
Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
What are
Stay
you
right there. Stay right there. Did you pay for that?
No, she wouldn't let me.
Who?
The lady at the register. Ask her.
Okay.
Oh, so I forgot to have
so
that.
You're going to be detained at the moment, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
That's
Go
fine.
ahead, get here.
You want me to drop it?
We'll be out.
You want me to drop it?
Yeah, drop.
This is my bag. That's my bag.
Okay.
Like I stood there for an hour, like almost an hour.
So again, so you're just being detained at the moment, okay? Doesn't mean you're being arrested. So we're just trying to clear things up.
Okay.
What's up? Look at that. So.
Yeah, I want to press charges.
Okay, on both of them?
Both of them.
Stole?
Yeah, they have all that is ours.
Okay. So apparently they're saying that.
No, she want me to come to the door to pick up a card. Okay. I'm like, I'm not going to the front door to pick up no card.
Yeah.
She want to pay for it. Well, she already bagged it.
Yeah. Okay.
She already bagged the merchandise.
They're claiming that you guys wouldn't let them pay, apparently.
No, you see how long when we call you guys, they've been at the register, and I saw her stuff that bag. I was looking at her from here, and I saw her stuff the bag with all merchandise, with the hangers.
Okay. So they didn't pay for any of that?
They didn't pay for nothing.
Okay.
She said she have a return, and she need her card.
Okay.
So I said, where's your card? Oh, it's by the door. If I could go get it. I said, I'm not going by the door to go get no card. No. And she want one of my ladies to go get the card. I said, no, we're not going out there.
Right. No. Okay. So at this time you are under arrest for shoplift, okay?
Oh, wow.
Okay. So it sounds like you didn't pay for any of this?
She did that on purpose.
Okay. You got ID on you?
No, I don't.
You don't have ID on you?
I don't have my ID on me.
Okay. You want to grab a seat somewhere or something? I don't want to have you stand the whole time. Yeah, if you want to go over here. So before we start, I'm going to read you your rights, okay? So you are under arrest for shoplift. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Okay, then having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us?
Wait, what?
Having your Miranda rights in mind, do you want to talk to me?
Oh, yes.
About what occurred today?
Yes.
Okay, so let me get your info first, okay? You say you don't got ID on you?
No, I don't.
What's your last name?
Davis.
Davis?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Tichina. Tichina.
Say that again?
Tichina. I don't see how I'm being arrested if... If that lady told me to get out, how am I being arrested?
Go ahead and... So what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I walked in the store, I asked the guy that was in at the store, what time do you guys close? He said 12. And I was like, okay, I got a little bit of time. It was like 10:40. maybe like 10:50 when I walked in. And so
10:50?
Yeah, it was like 10:50 because the accident time they closed, he said 12.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool, I have a little bit of time. So I'm just shopping. And then I guess it was 11:30 when they closed, and I didn't know that because he said 12. The lady that, I guess she's the manager, maybe the black lady up there.
Good.
Yeah, so the lady, that's when she comes to the back where I was at, and she's like, we're closed.
Okay.
And I'm like, you're closed. You guys say you guys close at 12. I'm like, what time is it? She's like, it's 11:30. We close at 11:30.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And so I started, going through what I was going to get. I'm like, looking through my stuff. And she's like, we're closed. And I'm like, okay. So I started walking towards the front. And so when I get up to the front, this lady was already up there, and she was like doing whatever she was doing with the lady up at the register. There was only one register open. And so when I came up there, I was I stood there quietly, didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. I'm just like letting them do whatever they're doing, waiting to get my stuff. And so the lady, she's just going back and forth, like instead of opening up another register to let me pay for my stuff, she's just going back and forth, yelling like, what is that going to do? We're closed.
What is she saying?
She's like, we're closed. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Not me. She wasn't talking to me, actually. Okay. She was talking to the other lady. I don't know what you're doing.
You don't know the other person?
No, I know her, but I don't know her like that. But I know her. I know her, but I don't know.
You didn't come with her?
No, I came with my friend. And so, so I'm standing there, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, can you open up another register? And she's like, all the registers shut down. And I'm like, okay, so you're just going to keep going back and forth yelling instead of trying to help the situation. And she's like, what did she say? Then she went in the back. Came back out, and then said something else to the girl. And then that's when I think she was asking us to get her card. And so the lady wouldn't go get her card so she could pay for the stuff. She's like, she wanted her to leave, so get her card, go get her card. Yeah. And she's like, I'm not going outside. I can't go outside. She wasn't actually go outside. The car was coming to the door. And that's when I came and looked. That's when I was like, I'll just go get it. But I brought my car with me because I had my bag in there. And so I brought it to there, and I came out and I looked. And then that's when I went back in. She's like, you guys can get out. Just get out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, I'm taking my stuff. You don't want to pay for it? She's like, just get out. Like, okay. So what would you take that as? To just get out, right?
Well, I mean, to me, I wouldn't get out with unpaid merchandise, right? I mean, what store do you know?
But if I said, you don't want me to pay for my stuff, and she said, just get out, what would you take that for? Take that as? Just leave, right?
Not with the merchandise. I mean, okay. So what they're saying is that you both were saying that your card was outside.
I never said that.
Right.
I never said that. Never once said that. So you can ask her if I say I never once said my car was outside. I asked the lady if you want me to go get the card for her because she was just standing there yelling, not getting the card. So that was just prolonging the situation.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you just go grab the card and let her pay for it and then let her go? That didn't make any sense.
So why would you go grab a card for someone else you hardly know?
Because she was standing right there in the front of the store. She was walking to the front of the store too. Okay. And I was going to hand it right to her behind me. Okay. Like I wasn't going to take her card or anything. Okay. And when I came out here, I didn't see it. I'm like, I don't see anyone out here. And then I walked back in the store.
Do you have anything else to add?
No. After I grabbed the stuff, she was like, get out, just get out, get out. I grabbed the stuff, and that's when I got out.
Okay.
The Burlington manager confirmed she personally observed the subject in the pink top concealing items with hangers into a bag at the register. Both women were detained. No force beyond handcuffing was used. Officer Lay advised Tashina Davis of her Miranda rights under Miranda v. Arizona, 1966. Davis waived and stated she arrived at 10:50 p.m., believing the store closed at midnight, not 11:30 as the manager enforced. Davis claimed the manager refused to open a second register and directed her to leave without payment. She denied intentional concealment. This narrative, while plausible, was directly contradicted by the manager's eyewitness account. Officer Yang advised Kira Elton of her Miranda rights. Elton waived and stated she forgot her card and asked an employee to escort her to the door to retrieve it, a request the store refused under closing policy.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Hey, I'm Officer Hyung. So just so you're aware, this is audio video recorded, okay?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Just for the record, though, can you just state your name?
Here at Elton.
What's that?
Here at Elton.
You know why you're being cuffed, right?
For a death, right? For
What's that?
Theft.
Yeah, so at this
And,
point you're
so
you're under arrest for shoplift, okay? I'm gonna read you your rights. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
No, sir.
What's that?
No, sir.
Okay, and then having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me?
Yes, sir.
What occurred?
So, we were in there shopping, and then went to the register and started putting my stuff there. And then I realized that I didn't have my card, and so I asked her, can she walk me to the door to get my card, And she said she couldn't walk me to the door to get my card. And I
You
said,
asked who?
the lady in there.
Oh, okay.
It was two of them in the behind the counter at that time.
Yeah.
And so I said, can you walk me to the door to get my card? And she said, I can't walk you to the door to get your card, but you can walk to the door to get your card.
Yeah.
And I said, well, can you walk with me to the door? Because I know how this works. And I said, can you walk with me to the door to get my card? And she said, no, I cannot walk to the door to get your card.
Yeah.
She said, you can go, but I can't go. So I said, okay. So I walked to the door, and that's why I stopped right there at the last door, because I know how this works.
Yeah.
And sure enough, yeah.
What do you mean you know how this works?
I know how this works. I know how I know. Like, she's
Okay.
telling me to basically go outside to get my card, but you can't come with me.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
not
mean, they probably have policies against that, right?
Oh, I don't know. I just know, like, from my point of view, like, from my side as a the person on the other end of the stick, like, I know that I shouldn't walk out the doors with nothing. You know what I mean? So I knew that wasn't right. So that's why when I walked, I stayed right there, and I put my back down when you guys came.
Yeah.
So I already knew. And that's
So if you forgot your card, why didn't you leave the items and go grab your card and come back?
no, because I was walking to the, because she was supposed to be at the door, and then she says, just go ahead, go to the door. I don't care, go ahead. And I knew she was on the phone. I said, you're on the phone with the police? I said, oh my God, why are you on the phone with the police? I said, you don't even have to do that. I'm going to pay for myself. And so she said, go ahead. It's out of my hand. You go ahead, go to the door.
Yeah.
And so I went to the door, and sure enough.
So I mean,
I would tell your daughter.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to pull your sleeve or nothing, because I know what it is. But to be honest, okay, maybe I did put a couple of things in the bag that I wasn't gonna pay for, but because I know being honest gets you on my way. So, and I'm just gonna be honest with you.
No, and I appreciate it.
No,
right?
I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm not gonna even try to insult you like that. But I had a couple of things
you're saying
in the
you
bag
intended to pay for most of it, but you did put a few things.
I'm not gonna lie. Why would I lie?
What'd you put in your purse?
Nothing's in my purse. You can look in there.
Okay.
You can look in my purse. Nothing's in my purse. I didn't detain nothing in my purse. I only put stuff in the plastic bags that you can have on you in the stores. I didn't detain nothing on me, because that wasn't my mission. But like I said, I was going to try to not pay for a pair of shoes I wear in there, and this Nike outfit. But other than that, I mean, it's just hard times, and that's what I was going to do,
No,
I've been through a lot of domestic violence and stuff, so. But other than that, like, I've been doing good for 5 years. I'm a single mom, I have a daughter, and I take good care of her.
Where's your daughter at
She's
now?
with my auntie right now. My auntie's a paraplegic, so she has one leg.
Okay.
And so I don't want to,
Yeah.
That's,
All right. Well, again,
So
I appreciate you being cooperative, right? So.
I am.
So again, it goes back to, like, so if you knew kind of what was going down, and you knew she was on the phone with the police, I mean, why even risk it?
Because
right?
I wasn't gonna steal the stuff. I was gonna pay for it, like I told you. So I was just gonna be sneaky.
Why just not leave the items and go grab your card and come back? You said you kind of had an idea what was going down, right?
Yeah, I did.
But yet you still went through with it.
Because I wasn't gonna come outside. You know, that's why I stay at the doors. I know this stuff. I know like what to do, and so I'm like, I'm not going out the doors with this stuff, lady. You told me to go, but I'm not going out the doors. I'm gonna just go to the door, and if she doesn't bring my card, then here, you can have it. And that's why your security guard was right there. He was trying to follow me outside. So I knew she was on the phone to you guys. You probably heard me say, "You on the phone to police?"
Yeah. Where's your card at? Where were you trying to get your card at?
I don't know. It has to be in the car somewhere, because
Where's
it's
your
not
car?
in my
Where's your
wallet.
car?
My friend's car right there.
Where?
Police just got down talking to her over there.
Which one?
Straight right there in front of you.
Whose vehicle is it?
My friend Alicia's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's over there.
All right.
And so I looked at my wallet and stuff, and my card wasn't in there. So it has to be there, because I just used it not too long ago at KFC.
Okay.
But that's why I say I'm not, like your supervisor said, like don't lie to you and whatever, and I'm not going to because I have too much to lose. And
do you have anything else you'd like to add to your statement?
No, just that I've came a long way, and that like I said, I knew that I knew what not to do, so that's why I didn't go past the doors. And I'm just asking you for like whatever, like I have to deal with my own mistakes and choices. I will, but I'm just asking you to like whatever you decide to do, if you do want to take me to jail, can you just write me a birthday? My auntie has one leg.
So ultimately, Burlington's going to decide that. So we'll go chat with them again. But
she has one leg, and that's my daughter.
Yeah.
I promise I'll go to court.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll get a court hearing. Just make sure you go to it. Okay.
I promise you, I will. That's what I will. I just need to get to my baby. All she has is me.
Yeah.
I've been doing so good as a single mom and being beat on, domestic violence and stuff. I've been doing so good.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
Not saying I believe. Yeah, I believe it. Right. But at the end of the day, right? So their store and they're the victim, and that's they're wanting to pursue charges, right? So.
Well, yeah, no, I understand if they pursue charges and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, if they do that, because I know it's up to you guys. I will come to the court date.
Okay.
If you can just write, because I need to just get my baby, or just take me to my baby,
and
then I can drop her off.
Okay. So we'll end the interview, right? So have any threats or promises been made to you while we started this interview? Okay. And at any time during the statement, did you request for an attorney? No. Okay.
I give you my own.
Okay.
It's not that big of, it's not that, it's simple, just tell the truth and just, like, it's not a big, like you said, it's not the end of the world.
No, and again, I appreciate you being cooperative, right, and being honest. So the one in the white t-shirt, she was the one saying she didn't have she was the one that was saying she left her credit card outside, right, and I was asking you guys to go.
The blonde, the shorter one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the...
Yeah, and she wanted me to go get her card
you kept saying no.
I said, we're not going outside.
Yeah, policy,
to go.
Right?
She said, oh, just by the door. And I said, no, we can't leave here to go get you. That's your responsibility.
So what about the one in
she
the
was
pink?
waiting behind.
She was behind.
She was behind. So I asked her if she wanted me to ring her up first.
She never even got to the register.
She was saying that she was getting impatient because the gal in front was like, you guys
But she walked up with the merchandise.
But she said that you said, go ahead, just do it.
Do what?
Tempting her to just go.
No, I did not.
And
I did not.
She said that she was asking to pay, but you guys were saying there's only one register.
There's only one register, so I told the first one if she want to step aside so we can ring up that other customer.
Yep.
And she started using whatever word at me. Okay. And I said, ma'am, we've been closed for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I need you to, because, I can help take the hangers off and scan. But she says, you're effing this, you're effing that. I wanna pay, but I need you to go to the door to go get and I go, what? Because I've never heard no one ever asked me to go get their credit card from somebody else. Yeah. And I said, no, and we're not letting anybody else in.
When the store closes, we don't let anybody else in.
Right, I get that.
Yeah.
We don't let anybody go out to the car to get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was saying she was getting frustrated with the gal up front, and then
they're together.
Oh,
yeah,
probably, but right.
No, she can say whatever because I have witness
here. Within 3 minutes of each other.
All right, I just want to make sure. So.
Yeah, we didn't tell them that we can. I said, ma'am, because she went down on her, and she started stuffing the bag.
Yeah.
And I was standing right there.
This was the one in the pink?
The first one.
The first one.
The one with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
The one that was with the bigger bag outside.
So she's good. I mean, she's admitted to it,
right? And the other one was standing behind her. And I said, ma'am, do you want me to ring you up while she's deciding what she wants?
Right.
While she was stuffing her bag. And she says, no, she'll wait on whatever. I said, well, it's going on past 10. We're not supposed to have anybody here 30 minutes after we close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
So she wasn't doing anything. And I said, ma'am, we open tomorrow, you can come back tomorrow, we can hold it, you can come back tomorrow. I have to leave on the plane tomorrow. I'm not coming back. And and she cursed the heck out of me.
Okay.
And she said, I want to pay, but you have to go get my card. And I'm like, no, I don't have to. Well, send one of you girls to go get the card. I said, no, we're not. We're closed.
Right.
Nobody passed that door coming in. And we got witness here. The girl, my poor cashier was getting all shaky.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Miss Ellington. Yeah. So, in Lacey, standard protocols is, or any crime, it's a book, right? We're not going to sign the release. Okay. So, fortunately tonight you will be going to Nisqually jail. Okay. But again, appreciate you being cooperative and kind of being honest, and I'll make sure in the narrative that's all kind of comes out on that. All right. Any questions for me?
No, I just need to get to my daughter.
Okay. I mean, is there a number we can call? We can let whoever know.
I get the call when I get there, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're with Nisqually Jail, but they should be able to allow a phone call.
Elton deliberately stopped at the interior doorway. Under Montana Code Section 45-6-301, theft requires purposely exerting unauthorized control over property. Stopping before exiting was a conscious attempt to stay within the legal threshold. Elton then made a candid post-Miranda admission. She had intended not to pay for a pair of shoes she wore inside the store and a Nike outfit. The admission substantially undermined any defense premised on innocent intent. Burlington's closing policy prohibited employees from leaving to retrieve a customer's card. The manager's refusal was policy compliant, not deliberate obstruction. However, its poor communication gave both subjects a viable dispute narrative. Tishina Davis was charged with suspicion of theft. Kira Elton was arrested for shoplifting. The final court disposition of both cases remains unknown. Burlington elected to press charges against both subjects on the night of the arrest. Officers Lay and Yang earned a B+. Both secured Miranda-compliant statements, maintained professional composure, and used no excessive force. The deduction reflects a missed opportunity to independently probe the disputed payment narrative. Tishina Davis receives a C+. Her account was internally consistent but lacked corroboration. She produced no payment method, and her version conflicted with the manager's direct observation. Cooperation with officers was a positive factor. Kira Elton receives a B. She demonstrated genuine legal awareness by stopping at the doorway, yet her on-camera admission of intent to steal specific items significantly weakened any defense available to her in court. Burlington management receives a C. The manager's eyewitness account was essential for probable cause. However, unclear communication about store policy created a factual gray zone, both subjects successfully exploited in their statements. Lesson: under Montana Section 45-6-301, concealment inside a store can satisfy the theft threshold even without exiting. Placing merchandise into a bag without payment may already constitute unauthorized control under Montana law. Lesson: waiving Miranda rights and speaking voluntarily carries real legal risk. Elton's honest admission became direct evidence against her. Citizens have the right to remain silent. Exercising it is always the legally safer choice. Lesson: clear communication prevents escalation. Had Burlington staff explained closing policy early and calmly, the disputed narrative may never have arisen. De-escalation, for law enforcement and retailers alike, begins with clear communication.